All right, what's going on, guys? So we have an amazing guest here, a friend and a client of mine. Her name is Stephanie.
Hello.
So Stephanie was in my program for 4 months, and we're just gonna go over her experience. So talk to us, like before you came in. First of all, what even encouraged you to start? Because I know there's a story behind that. So let's start there.
Well, it all started because I saw that my friend, who was also a client of yours, that had amazing results. She was posting her workouts every day and her progress, and I was getting so inspired by what she was accomplishing. So I hit her up and I was like, "Who are you working with? What program are you using?" And that's when she forwarded me your page, and I went through, your work and your previous clients, and I decided to give it a shot, and it was a really good decision.
Hey, okay, that's amazing. So let's talk about that. You gave it a shot. So what were your goals coming into the program? Like what shot were you trying to take? What were you trying to achieve coming into this?
Well, what I liked most and what spoke to me most about your program was the flexibility and the accountability that it puts on me. So
Yeah,
I needed something that was flexible with my schedule because I have such a busy schedule with my kids, work, my side hustles, like everything. So I needed something where I could go to the gym on my own time and not commit to a schedule like, okay, you have personal training or boot camp at 6 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or whatever, right? So this way I was able to still utilize a professional workout from a professional trainer, but do it on my own time. So that is something that really gravitated me towards your program the most.
got you. Okay, that's awesome. So those are all like the tools, all the assets that really
Yeah.
made getting results possible. But what were the results you were looking for initially? Like what goals did you have starting out? And what did you try before to try to achieve them?
Well, my goals were to, of course, melt off the fat,
Melt
get
it
the
off.
abs popping through,
Let's
bring
go.
them back to life. Just tone up, be healthier overall. Um, Needed my endurance, my cardio, my heart health. I just wanted all of that to improve. And I just felt like I gained so much weight throughout the whole COVID time period of like working from home, which took away so much physical activity of like getting up and having a routine and going to work. I just kind of, situated in my home office here and didn't really, I was just between these four walls and snacking and everything. So, that really changed my eating habits and my lifestyle, my appearance, and my overall health. So,
Got you.
yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like at that time in that COVID stretch, you weren't really necessarily actively trying to get back in shape. It
No,
was more
I was
so,
kind of in a slump, to be honest. It was a lot of things were closed too. Remember, gyms were closed.
yeah.
Yeah, so it just kind of put me into this deeper hole of not being physical as much as I tried to do it on my own.
Mhm.
Um, yeah.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that happened to 99.9% of the population.
Yeah.
So there was definitely a demand for fitness during COVID, but the problem was people didn't know where to go for, accountability or guidance.
Yeah,
So
like if you had to work out, like it would have to be like on the low or like, you
yeah.
had to go to like any gym or anything. It was like hush
No.
hush, like this is illegal right now. So
Oh, that's a fact. Listen, I will put myself on front page right now. I might edit this out, I might not. But because before COVID hit, I used to work at LA Fitness, right?
yeah.
But the gyms were reopening. I didn't work there anymore, right? Because I had my business, it took off. But essentially, I had a friend that worked at an LA Fitness. I'm not gonna say the location, but I had a friend that worked there at the one I was working at, and he gave me the key. So I
Come
asked
through
him,
the back door, come through the
yo,
loading zone,
through
like
the back door. But the funny thing is there was no lights. So I brought like my freaking ring light to the gym and I'm like, "What
nice.
I'm working out." I heard my boy had the key also. He would have like his little lamp. He would,
Yeah, yeah, it's like content, everything. You had
yeah.
the whole place to yourself then.
it was crazy. But then I got caught, and the guy, like one of the,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's illegal. It's
yeah,
illegal to
that's the
work
thing.
out at the
It
gym
was
at nighttime.
Yeah, it was trespassing because I didn't work there. You know what I mean? It was one thing
True,
if I still
true, true,
worked
true.
there, but I actually didn't work there anymore. And the guy was like,
Yeah,
"There's a bunch of
you're just
bylaw."
like a regular member after hours.
Exactly. So, but anyways, that's so funny. Now let's talk about the results. So, what results did people notice on you? Like, what were people saying once we got into the program about the changes that were made in your body?
Oh, so that was like immediately first 2 weeks. If you're consistent, you will see results.
Mm,
And I mean consistent in terms of like you're doing your cardio, you're doing the workouts from like beginning to end, even if you feel like giving up or you're dying after like the third set, and eating healthy. Within the first 2, 3 weeks, I noticed that I was shedding a couple of pounds a week.
mm,
Some weeks were better than others. I instantly felt less bloated and just less groggy. Like I just felt cleaner internally, even, so not even just about my outer appearance of like I was like losing some weight and everything like that, but internally and mentally, I just felt cleansed. It felt like I had a detox or something.
yeah, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, what did people notice? Like, what were people saying about the changes that you made?
People noticed mostly my outer appearance, that I was losing weight, especially my family. Like they would tell me straight up, like, "Oh, you're losing weight." You know what I mean? Or when I would go into the office, because we only go maybe once or twice a month, so they would really notice from a month to month basis. The weight loss, like you're getting into shape. Oh, what are you doing? What workout plan are you on? So
Mm,
yeah, it's noticeable. If you keep to it, like the results will just keep adding on and it will keep coming.
that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, the reality of it is consistency is undefeated. As long as you do the right
Yeah.
things, you see change. And it's cool because obviously if you're only going into the office once a month, that means that they weren't too close to the situation where it becomes like unnoticeable. Because sometimes
Yeah.
we don't notice the changes in a day-to-day basis, right?
Yeah.
Same.
Especially when you see the person so often, you don't really notice. Exactly.
Right. But they were able to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah. They're like, what have you been doing?
Right?
So,
On some Peter Griffin. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
whoa,
whoa.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
All right. So now in terms of yourself, I know you mentioned like you felt more cleansed and detox and things like that.
Yeah.
What were some of the key physical changes that you noticed in your body? Like even up to this point, like let's go back to April to now. What were you at then and what are you seeing that's such a big difference now?
Well, first of all, I feel like if I don't go to the gym and get my workout in, I just like my whole day is off and I like instantly feel gross.
Mm,
Like I need to go get that workout in just to, get the heart rate going and feel the sweat coming out of my pores. Um, but what was the question again?
I was asking like,
Too many questions.
yeah, no, it's all good. I was asking like, what were the changes that you
Oh
know
yeah.
from before up until this point? Like, what do you see now where you're like, wow, like I'm in a totally different place than I was before?
Um, I would just say my overall health is more of a priority
Mm,
now than before. I'm more cautious of what I'm putting into my body and what I'm doing with my body, and my activity level. Whereas before I started the whole 4 months, that wasn't really at the top of my priority list, especially with what I was eating and feeding my body.
got you. Okay, awesome. And what about like
I feel
physical?
like the nutrition part is the hardest part to tackle too. So I feel
Oh,
like
yeah,
if you
for
can
sure.
change that and make that a lifestyle, it kind of makes your fitness journey a whole lot easier, because you don't feel so restricted to what you're eating anymore and feel like, oh, I can't have this, I can't have that. But it's kind of more of a natural decision and natural choice that you don't want those things anymore. So I feel like once you've like gotten rid of those sugar cravings or those salty chip cravings that you need, it's kind of, it comes a lot more natural. So that's something that has improved over time from April up until now. Like I could sometimes see a bag of chips and be like, no, I'm good, not
Yeah.
all the time. But it's definitely easier to make those more healthier decisions now than before.
Awesome. Yeah, of course. It becomes so much easier once you have the momentum. It's easy to keep it, right? You might, let's say, like you said, deviate once, but because you feel so much, you know what it's like to feel so much better doing the right things. It's easier to
Yeah.
get back on track every time.
Yeah,
So
it's gonna be worth it,
yeah,
especially when you see the results, that those type of decisions are gonna make it all worth it, and they all contribute to making, the program successful as well. That I obviously wanted to have a goal, so by me just not eating healthy and wasting my money.
yeah, exactly.
So,
Most
you know
importantly,
what I mean?
most importantly, that exactly. You can't be wasting the dough. This ain't no fountain where you're just dropping nickels in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Serious investment. But okay, so what do you say now to well, okay, there's two more questions because I know you kind
Okay,
of answered it earlier on, but I'll
that's
go over
cool.
it. But what do you think has been the most helpful part about the program? Like, what do you think was the determinant that really led to the results? I know you mentioned some of this stuff earlier, but like, let's refresh. What would you say those things were that really helped?
Like what helped make this a
Like,
successful journey for me,
yeah,
basically?
yeah, where you're like, wow, like this was the game changer. Because obviously you know wanted to reach these goals
Well,
from the
I feel like the workouts are really tailored to what my specific goals were.
mm,
So that really helped in me getting the results that I wanted to see. It wasn't that I was just melting off fat and like that's it. I wanted to do that, but also still maintain like being lean and my muscle and shape and everything. So I feel like the tailored workouts to and you listening to what your clients' goals are really helps make the client's results successful as well.
a
Um, Also, you checking in from time to time and being like, what happened last night? What happened yesterday? How come I haven't been seeing you log in?
yeah,
That extra push uh, is needed because the journey is hard, and you're gonna fall off the wagon. It's not like you start something and it's like all the way like it's all good. Like, so I think having you there, even though it's just virtually or through a phone call, still checking in and still, talking about the progress or what we can do differently, or, seeing like what made me fall off for a couple of days or whatever. That's really helpful because then I'm like, okay, I don't want to get that phone call again. I better
yeah,
log in right now. So,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, it's the accountability piece. That's what
Mm,
that part is. So.
yeah, exactly. So you're gonna think
Mhm.
twice, just randomly going to Portugal next time.
I know. Oh, they love their potatoes out there. So
Yeah.
they have the best potatoes.
So I've heard. And desserts. Oh my goodness. There was
Yeah, the egg tarts.
oh yeah, they're
So
crazy.
good.
I used to
So
live at
good.
Duffin and Eglinton, so that's like
Oh
all
yeah, they're
the-
everywhere there.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so what do you say to that person that's like, man, I want to get in shape, but I don't know about the online thing. Now, obviously, I have a serious conviction with online coaching because man, I've had people come into the program that left their in-person trainer that gave them no result, and then they come in this program and they get amazing results. But yet, still, there's people who are like, no, 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 I don't think I need someone to push me in the gym, blah, 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 all this stuff. So, what do you say to the person that's like desperate for a solution? They want to get in shape, but they're just not sure an online program can
Yeah.
help.
No, this online program is different from a lot of other online programs. The other ones are kind of like you buy something through PayPal online and you never hear from anybody. You get like a thank you email and here's your workout and that's it. This one's more interpersonal.
Mm.
You It's like you have a live coach at your fingertips. Like the apps that
Oh,
we use, the communication that we use. There's a lot of um, like outlets where we can chat and communicate even while we're working out, which is really helpful. So anytime I have a question, even like in the middle of my workout, I could just shoot that off right
Yeah.
instantly right to Jerome, and then he'll respond when he gets it. So I feel like although this is online, you're still very much in touch with your trainer, um, through the apps, through chatting, through phone calls, through video calls. So you don't really feel like you just bought a workout and it's online and that's it. Someone's still talking you through it. Someone's still calling you, and there's still a live voice motivating you and inspiring you.
Woo! Let's go. Come on, guys. I hope y'all heard that. I hope, yes. Oh, let's go. That's amazing. See, look at her flexing her guns. That is a byproduct of these workouts. Come on,
Is this
come
how
on,
you flex?
let's go. But you see, like, this is what's so amazing. And without your hard work, we wouldn't even be doing this, right? So it's great. Like, I don't be just grabbing everyone and saying, "Hey, let's do a call." So
Mhm.
really, it's not my program, it's your hard work. I was just there as a support system. So
Yeah.
it's incredible what you've done, and I'm excited to see what else we achieve on this journey. Let's get it.
And for those of you thinking like, oh, I'm just going to do 4 months, that's what I did. And look who's back for another 4 months.
Hey,
So,
hey, back again. Hey.
because Jerome was like, are you sure? Like, you should do the 8 months. And I was like, no, 4 months is good. So I did the 4 months. It was great. I got my results, but then it was short lived. And here I am back a couple months later, like, Jerome, four
Yeah,
months, 4 months, please.
let's go.
So,
Yeah. And actually, let's actually clarify that, because I know you said it was short lived, but what she meant is like like just sticking with 4 months, but you maintained your results. So a lot of people, they're like, oh, but what's going to happen afterwards? Like, am I going to gain the weight back? But you
I
maintained.
tried to do it on my own after the 4 months just because I had like my schedule got crazy over the summer and everything, but it's just not the same. And like I wanted some new workouts and some new tips. So I feel like doing it longer kind of just helps you instill that lifestyle more permanently
Mm,
into you. And you'll just the first 4 months is just the beginning. That's literally just the beginning of it all.
mm, that's facts. That's facts.
Mhm.
Appreciate you, Steph. Thank you so much. I know you.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
No worries. Let's keep killing it. I'm excited to see what else we do. All right. We'll talk
Yep,
soon.
it's upper body tonight. Upper
Hey,
body.
go. All righty. You have an amazing day. We'll talk soon.
You too. Bye,
All right.
Jerome.
Peace.
Take